Good evening and welcome to the very last Daily Aztec broadcast of the semester. I'm Angela Kurish.
I'm Devin Watley.
And I'm Alexa Oslowski.
And I'm Jacob Sullivan. On May 4th, the San Diego State University Senate passed a resolution urging San Diego State University President Adela de la Torre and her administration to begin the process of changing the university's mascot. The resolution passed with a 53-9 vote, and it calls for creating a commission chaired by the university tribal liaison, Dr. Jacob Alvarado Waipoke. The commission will work with tribal leaders in San Diego and Baja California, and at least 2 Kumeyaay-named animals will be proposed as possible new mascots. The university has clarified the Aztec moniker will remain. The resolution seeks to change the Aztec imagery associated with the school's past.
One of the proposed solutions includes using a Kumeyaay word for a local animal such as an amu, which is a bighorn sheep. This alternative name would pay greater respect to the Kumeyaay's culture versus the representation of the actual Aztec warrior. As of now, the university has confirmed there is no official mascot and the Aztec name is not a mascot. The commission has until December 7th, 2021 to lay out their recommendations to the university president, university senate, and associated students. A final decision from the university president and collaborating bodies will be made no later than April 5th, 2022.
With students expected to be back on campus and vaccinated against COVID-19 next fall, Sdsu announced that it expects nearly all on-campus dining options to be fully open for the 2021-22 academic year. Sdsu Dining Director Paul Melchior said 46 locations will be accepting meal plans next year. These include places like The Garden, Plant Power, BCB Coffee, all on-campus Starbucks locations, and other on-campus eateries.
Meal plans will also be going back to their original format. For freshmen, this includes Flex 5, Flex 7, and Meals Plus. Sophomores have the option to choose any of the freshman plans or a second-year plan. Despite the return, some on-campus dining options won't be coming back next year. Juice It Up in East Commons and the Aztec Market in West Commons are closing for good. Sdsu has not said what dining options will be replacing both of those locations.
Lastly, the all-you-can-eat buffet-style dining at the Garden will not be back next fall.
On April 24th, President Joe Biden released a statement officially recognizing the Armenian Genocide. This is the first time a U.S. president has recognized the acts as a genocide since Ronald Reagan did so in 1981. Biden ended his statement by addressing his future hopes, stating, "Let us renew our shared resolve to prevent future atrocities from occurring anywhere in the world."
Now on to sports. The NFL draft was this past week where some Aztecs are now one step closer to living out their dreams of playing on an NFL roster. The Aztecs had 1 draft pick as well as 5 players who signed as undrafted free agents.
The first Aztec and Mountain West player to be taken off the board was Sdsu corner Darren Hall. He was selected in the 4th round as the 108th overall pick to the Atlanta Falcons.
Hall adds to a growing list of Aztec defensive backs who have been drafted in the last decade. The most notable is former Aztec safety DeMonte KZ, who played for the Falcons for 4 years before signing with the Dallas Cowboys in free agency this offseason.
Hall now joins a young Atlanta Falcons secondary that is currently led by corner A.J. Terrell, who was the Falcons' 2020 first-round pick from Clemson. The Falcons also went with the trend of the Mountain West connection. A few hours after Hall's selection, the Falcons selected another Mountain West defender in the 5th round. They selected Boise State cornerback Avery Williams.
In addition to Hall, 5 other Aztecs signed with NFL teams as undrafted free agents. First up, Tariq Thompson is headed to Buffalo, New York after signing as an undrafted free agent with the Buffalo Bills. Thompson's wide defensive skill set makes him a fit for almost any NFL defense, giving him a good chance to be a contributor for Bills defensive coordinator Leslie Frazier.
Next up, the Aztec ties are remaining strong in Atlanta, where Dwayne Johnson Jr. will join Hall as the second Aztec on the Falcons roster. Johnson Jr. signed as an undrafted free agent, but his versatility could give him a shot at making the Week 1 roster.
Remaining right here in California is left tackle Kyle Spalding, who will head a few hours north to Los Angeles to join the Los Angeles Chargers as an undrafted free agent. Spalding joins the Chargers roster that is heavily focused on rebuilding its offensive line. He earned all Mountain West Conference first-team offense honors this past season, and he allowed just 1 sack in 216 passing plays. Also from the Aztecs' offensive line is offensive guard Jacob Capra, who signed with the Green Bay Packers. Capra was named to the Pro Football Focus National Team of the Week last November after the Aztecs had a blowout win over Utah State. Capra looks to continue that success in Green Bay. The final Aztec to sign as an undrafted free agent is long snapper Turner Bernard, who signed with the Minnesota Vikings. Bernard was a semifinalist for the Patrick Manley Award for the best college long snapper in 2019. He started all 4 years with the Aztecs and looks to take his skills to the next level.
Sticking to football news, Aztec football had its annual spring game last Friday where Team Aztec defeated Team Warrior with a final score of 10-3. I was at the game to watch the action. Take a look. A year ago, San Diego State football had to cancel its spring game due to the COVID-19 pandemic. But today, the team finds themselves back on the field, split up into Aztec and Warrior teams as they compete for bragging rights. On April 30th, San Diego State football got to compete in its annual spring game. Friday's game marks the first time in over 2 years that the game could be held. For head coach Brady Hoke, getting to play the game allowed him to reflect on the past year and be grateful that he was able to make it through the team's spring portion of training camp.
You reflect and you think about last spring and only having the opportunity to have 6 practices, just the fact that we got to get 15 days in, pretty much, with everybody at every practice. And so that was something that, as you look back, you're really thankful that we got to get through the whole 15.
The Aztecs also got to play in front of a distance crowd made up of friends and family. The team hasn't been able to play in front of fans in San Diego since their last home game inside Sdsu Stadium back in November of 2019. For players like junior wide receiver Jesse Matthews, playing in front of a crowd pushed him to put in extra effort out on the field.
It was great. Just having that atmosphere here, having those fans back, kind of give you that extra motivation, extra energy, so it was really great being out here with the fans.
The team is currently on a break from practices due to finals. Activities will restart in June, marking the beginning of their summer program. And for the Daily Aztec, I'm Luis Lopez.
For other SDSU sports updates, be sure to follow us at Aztec Sports and at the Daily Aztec on all social media platforms.
That's all from us here in the studio. Thanks for watching the last broadcast of the semester brought to you by the Daily Aztec seniors. Make sure to keep your eyes peeled for when we start up our broadcast again next semester. And for the last time with the Daily Aztec, I'm Angela Kurish.
I'm Jacob Sullivan.
I'm Devin Watley.
I'm Alexa Oslowski.
I'm Amber Salas.
I'm Kyle Betts.
And I'm Luis Lopez. Have a great night.